She has so much to talk about, and, excuse me, I'm sorry. She's going to tell you the story about how she became a rider herself. This is Haley Colina, everyone.
Hello. Okay. I need a male volunteer.
So do I.
All right. Okay. Great.
Jeff.
Jeff? All right, ladies. You know how it's always terrible when somebody's speaking and the cell phone goes off? Okay, so if the punishment, if the cell phone goes off for any of them, he's going to volunteer to do a striptease for us.
No, stop calling. Stop calling. Stop calling.
Right away.
Okay. Now, my goal is to get everyone to start creating such an incredible life, something so empowering, meaningful, exciting that you can't wait to live. Anything that you have buried, that you have dreams and goals and you buried them because you just gave up or didn't think you could do it, unbury them and go for it. Don't care what anybody tells you. Don't care what anybody says. You don't need to be accepted by anybody. Just for yourself, okay? Just don't hurt anybody or do any criminal activities. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about myself so you know where I'm coming from. It's not a bunch of motivational hoopla. I was a 15-year-old dropout, high school dropout. I think I went twice to high school, that was it. I went through, became a mother, went through 2 divorces, both physical, and another marriage that was verbal abuse. I went through all that. I decided to go to college, and at the age of 33, I went 8 years full-time and I became an attorney. My son was already 15, my daughter was 8 months old, thanks to my mom's help. Now, that whole thing passed, and it came a time, this was about 2 years ago, October 2013, where I decided that enough was enough. That was it. My life was passing by. Why am I not doing everything that I always dreamed to do? It was liberating. It was so liberating. And what I fell into was like a networking thing, and they all rode motorcycles and invited me to go. And I fell in love. This was in October 2013. By December 2013, I went to the class. When they sat me on that class, I didn't know how to do stick shift. I didn't know anything about motorcycles. Within maybe 2 or 3 hours, I was riding this huge monster between my legs. I was in full control. It was amazing. It was something that was really amazing. And I was brought up that motorcycles are bad, don't do it, they kill and all that. Well, I believe that everybody has an expiration date. You're not gonna leave a minute before, you're not gonna leave a minute later. Don't do stupid things. Do things safely, plan and strategize, but don't hold back. Don't let fear hold you from doing anything. And motorcycles, if you've been thinking about it, go for it. How many people here do not ride? Never ridden.
I just got my license last week.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay, well, my life changed all of a sudden. I decided, this was in October that everything started. January 31st, I decided that's it. I'm filing for divorce after 22 years of marriage. I'm not saying, get divorced, try working things out, but yeah. In my case, there was no working anything out. So I filed for divorce. I was so happy. It felt like I got this huge thing off my shoulders. Never shed a tear. My house got sold immediately, and never shed a tear about that either. And that was my dream home that I worked my butt off. But I was happy. I was going to start doing me, what I wanted to do. My daughter was graduating from high school. Well, my house sold in April 30th, and for 2 weeks I had already been moving and living in another place, temporary place. It's right on the ocean. It was beautiful. I was just waiting for my daughter to graduate in a few weeks. That was April 30th. May 1st, I get a call, the results from my physical, my annual physical. Well, it turns out that I had lung cancer. Blew my mind. That doesn't happen, not to me. I knew nothing about cancer. It takes you to the pits of hell. There's no other way to describe this. I went home, and I remember there was a bay window looking at the ocean, and I kneeled. I mean, I just dropped to my knees, went home, dropped to my knees, started looking out the window, looking up at God and said, listen, I'm an attorney. I've always been able to solve things, get things done, if not one way, the other. I can't do this one. I surrender. There's nothing that I can do. That moment when you realize that you have no control and you leave everything up to God, and I'm not a church-going person or quote scriptures to you, but holy cow, God and I have a very tight relationship. We always have. It was in his hands because I can't explain anything else. I went through chemo. I spent the whole summer in a hotel because I got treated in Tampa, so me and my daughter and I, and my little dog stayed in a hotel that whole time that I was being treated. Nothing. I did all my chemo, I did all the radiation. Nothing happened. I didn't even lose my hair. No side effects. It was a miracle, and I just kept leaving it in God's hands. It was like, oh. Anyway, so all that went through, and in December, they called me from Harley. There's a bike. I need to come see this bike. It's like, excuses. No, I can't. You know, my daughter's going to start college. I can't spend that money. I can't do this. You know, there were excuses. Deep down inside, I was a little scared, okay, or a lot scared. I got there, and then I said, damn, everything that I teach in EQ Women Succeed, why am I not doing it? What's going on? Why do I have these excuses? And I just let it go. And I ended up with a bike that day, a Harley Davidson Heritage Classic. I couldn't drive it home. That sucker was big. I was used to a tiny little Buell Blast. So I had somebody take it home. But little by little, I started practicing, and piece of cake. Piece of cake is every time that you can step out of that comfort zone, unbelievable. You get so empowered. It's like, you did it. You know that the first time that I rode the bike by myself completely was to go meet a friend close by. That was fine. And then we met with a bunch of other people. On the way back,
She's here.
she's one of them. But on the way back, everybody started going off the expressway and going home. Well, I was the last one by myself. It was a Friday, 5:30 rush hour on I-95. I was like, what do I do? Because I saw everybody left. What do I do? Do I pull on the side and start crying? Do I call for help? What do? And I just, it's that little push that got me out of the comfort zone. It's that little push that you need to build that confidence. And you're like, shit, I can do anything, You really feel empowered. I got sidetracked. I started talking about other things. Anyway, okay, this is the last section of it. In March, I woke up one night and massive pain in my heart. I walked around saying, and went back to sleep. It went away. 20 minutes later, I woke up. Massive pain. This time, my hand, I wanted to do something, pull up my pants because I had gone to the restroom, and my left arm was just not doing what I wanted it to do. I thought I was having a heart attack. I said, this is the end. I'm rushing. I called a friend of mine. Thank God they answered the phone, and we're at my house within minutes. Took me to the hospital. We're waiting. It's a heart attack, Well, the doctor comes in and tells me, I got good news and bad news. No heart attack. And I said, no, you have a brain tumor.
Oh my God.
So, rush out to Tampa, and I always said, no, this is once, and I'm not going to go through this again. Well, you do it because you have to do it. Rushed over to Tampa, had surgery on Monday. And not only that, I had a brain tumor that was about to kill me. The doctor said if I don't have the surgery, I had about 3 months to live. So I said, okay, if I have the surgery, can I ride motorcycles? And he said, he rides. So he immediately took out the magazine and showed me his bike, and so it was great. I also write for Born to Ride magazine, the women's article. So if you ever have, get the magazine, check that out. Born to Ride, Women's World article. And he knew about the article, and so it was very nice. And I also asked him, can I do my speaking engagements. Can I keep working? I'm a lawyer. So I went for it. I said, okay, can we do it? How soon? And we did it immediately. This was a Friday, and I had to stay in the hospital until Monday, and Monday he did it. It was great. Then I had to go, no chemo, but I had to go through whole brain radiation. I was great. Nothing. Well, this time I did lose my hair. So I wear my hat not to scare anybody. But
Yeah, she looks really good.
She looks like a badass.
it feels great. You know, when you travel, you have to carry curling iron, blow dry. None of it. I get in the shower, I'm out. So I don't know if I really want long hair again. So that was great. Anyway, ladies, please don't let anything hold you back. If you have something in you, people go around criticizing and judging other people and, not doing things because they're afraid. Discriminating, who cares? Think about it this way. Who cares if you are in the table? Because I remember being in the table and having a bunch of people on top of me when I went into the emergency room that night with the brain thing. And all I can think of is I'm never going to be able to say, I love you to my kids or thank you to my friends. I said, this is it, God, And I realized, who the heck cares if the people that are helping you are black, white, purple, what religion, what sex orientation? Who the heck cares? I find that so ridiculous. It just everybody has their opinions, but you should be open to other people's opinions and learn from them. Learn what your world is. Don't box yourself into a tiny box. Anyway, get on the bikes. Make sure you try the Jump Start. It's awesome, okay? And if you're looking for a new bike, don't wait. Get on it. Get going, okay? Now, I'm going to ask you for two things. I'm writing a book. It's going to be out in November. So you can pre-order it now. It's at the table, or go on my website. The other thing is the raffle. Yeah, we're going to do a raffle. Did everybody already fill out the paperwork for the raffle? No. Okay, then
What are you raffling?
$25 gift certificate to Harley Davidson, and they have a discount tonight too. Okay? All right, do me a favor. When can we raffle it? Okay, not everybody has. Okay, so make sure you sign up, and we'll do the raffle in a little while. The other thing is, can I please get a group picture of everybody before everybody goes all over the place?